Wow, that's hard to do.
I got sick.
Not a good thing.
All right,
That's why I wasn't here last night. I was in the hospital. No.
we are recording.
We're recording. We're live. Okay, good.
There's Johnny.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call Thursday, August 12th, 4 meeting to order. Lucy, we call the roll, please.
Supervisor Conrad.
Here.
I'm here. Trustee Bowman.
Here.
Trustee, we're not sure about sites. We're gonna be on, hope for decay. Yeah. I'm working on it. And trustee Wilma. Right.
Okay, everybody please stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Highway law. Social worker. Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stop, I thought we were done. Lisa, I'm sorry.
No, I forgot Sarah. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Okay.
So seeing nobody here other than board members and staff, will skip public comments and move on to the approval of board meeting minutes of July 8th, 2021. Can we have a motion to approve, please?
Motion.
Any questions, corrections?
I wait for my glasses.
Okay. Any corrections, questions, anybody? Okay, Lucy, we call the roll, please.
Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee, I'm gonna hit the last step. Trustee O'Flaherty. Yeah.
We're voting yes. We
Oh,
already did
yes.
roll. Yes or no, I'm sorry, shouldn't.
Supervisor Conrad.
Yeah. You already did. Okay. Yeah. Okay, approval of special board meeting minutes of July 28th, 2021. Can I have a motion?
Okay, I need to mention something. Whoever writes the minutes, please put your name on them. You know, you write them, if you're like, look at Joe's. Okay, just, I'll take a motion.
Second.
The motion.
Nobody else.
Motion.
I'll second. I know. Okay, I have to do that once.
Trustee Bowman. Supervisor Conrad.
Yes.
You for DK.
Yeah.
And we're
Okay. Committee meeting minutes. I need a motion to accept the meeting minutes from the committee of the whole, July 28th.
I make the motion.
Wait, not done. Community Center Committee from July 14th. Communication Committee from July 27th. Park Committee from June 15th. And the Highway from July 1st.
I make the motion.
To accept, okay?
Second.
Okay, I have to make a couple corrections. Committee of the whole, page 1, item 4. The Knox Park Playground equipment bids were due August 5th, not 15th. I can do those ones for you. Okay, and so far, it was 12 vendors were contacted, 6 from Illinois. So that's one change. And I think that's all I have. Anybody else have any changes or questions? Okay, hearing none, Lucy, can you call the roll, please?
Yeah. Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Supervisor Conrad.
Yes.
And trustee Wilhite.
Okay, next, we'll move on to approval of the board audit from July 3rd, 2021 to August 9th, 2021. Lucy, will you read the board audit, please?
Okay, total general town fund, 75,702 and 42 cents. General assistance, 1,500. Total general road fund, 8,778 and 14 cents. Total fund road, 21,547 and 62 cents. Total park maintenance, 42,972 and 79 cents. Is that right? Did I put the right one in?
Yep.
Okay. Total cemetery, 590 and 49 cents. Total payroll, 141,656 and 2 cents. Total law funds is 292,747 cents.
Motion.
Any questions? Sure. What page? Page 1 of 9. Under the invoice for distribution report?
Yes.
Okay,
When I have to ask about this grant coming,
yes.
when do grants come in?
The grant applications go out in November, they're due in January, and then we review them in February, and they're approved based on budget approval in May. So May, once the budget's approved, then we send them out contracts, and then they turn them back in, and then we write the check.
And who reviews them?
All the whole board does it, a committee of the whole meeting.
Okay.
And if anybody who applies for a grant is welcome to come and speak on their behalf, explain, answer questions, whatever.
And the application, is it online?
On our website.
Yeah, they have to be in January 3rd. I think.
I was just wondering, to take a look at
Yeah,
it.
because I know this was happening kind of before you were
Yeah,
here, but
yeah, and we just do grant funding.
Right. How much lead time? Well, I think they go out, I think we do it in November, we get it out there.
Because our grant goes, it has to deal with somebody in the contract. And you can get it that right, it's still not stop because they do that.
They're not in our township, but they're in our,
Yeah.
and they support us.
You guys have a lot on you.
Anybody else got any questions then? Okay, we have a motion in a second, right? Okay, so
Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Lutford, PK.
Yes.
You did second, okay. Yes. Supervisor Conrad? Yes. And Trustee Rawhide?
Okay. Moving on, monthly updates from elected officials, department heads, and township manager. I just want to report that this Sunday is Taste of the Towns here in Lake Zurich. It will be held at Paula's Park from 3 to 7 p.m., $30 a ticket. Also want to report that the Lake County Department of Transportation is started their phase 1 review engineering study, I should say, regarding the railroad crossing on Old McHenry Road between Clinton Road and the Roseland Road. They're looking at the possibility of either probably raising the train tracks so that cars will go under and they're not stalled. That's probably what they're going to do, unless instead of going over it, I think we're going to go under it. But wow, that's what the study's going to be. It's going to be quite expensive.
Has to be under.
Has to be under. Okay. Anyway, that's what they're studying right now. I'm sure they just started that process. So. And they do plan to have a virtual open house planned for this fall for comments or just to see what they're thinking about. So once I have that information, I will let everybody know. Okay? Because that will tie up traffic for. Oh, wow. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That's in her report.
Okay.
We're proud. Anybody wants to hear?
Of course.
Okay. Notified to Lake County, our primary election, consolidated election, which is usually held in March, is being moved to June 28th. There may be no reason or anything about it. This is 2022.
The consolidated is in June and then the regular election will be in November. Right.
And the regular election will be in
November.
I think it's November 6th. I'm not sure. But this is really
That's big change.
big change. I don't know why. So,
Here's my next question.
yeah, because we got kids all over the place in June. We never, I don't even know how we can do it. I haven't signed the contract yet, so,
We'll have to take our campers on a field trip that day.
yeah. All week, all 2 weeks.
Oh, because it's too late.
Yeah, that early voting. Yeah.
We'll take them to the highway department.
And this is for next year?
Absolutely.
For 2022.
Because the governor's race is November.
Yes.
But they
I
gotta,
think-
like, yeah, they
I
gotta,
think he had something to do with this change, but I'm not sure.
yeah, they gotta do something, and they gotta win the primary to go on to November, yeah.
So that's, okay, trustee Bowman, do you have any report?
Nothing new from parks except, we did get the, bids in on the park equipment that we'll go over, later, right? We did get, some applications for grants, for playground equipment, up to 35,000. Will has documentation. We'll be submitting that as needed. It's due by September 1st. So it's a good opportunity. There's a lot of funds left and we can pick up $35,000 that one thing.
That would be nice if we can count on it, but. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Trustee White,
Yeah, we were having our first meeting on Wednesday, and we were interested in online. I attended a few events this past month, the unplugged at College Park was there. That was good. We got 4 new, I think 3 new 55 members at the unplugged event. So that was a fun event, just sitting out and just wanting to see what we could do. It's been free. Contact our local people. And then I attended the Jewish Park event. That was well attended and I hope that you want to go for them.
that's the township praises.
Is your microphone on?
What does that mean?
What is that? So, they're very good with everything at your park. Which was good. And then I went to the reception at the village minister in Monmouth. He's very nice.
Okay, you get the copies.
I'll make it over there when we see them. In pretty cool.
I'm not getting the read. I need to,
And the birthday girl.
Oh, I'm glad Susan's back. There's nothing, is my mic on now?
Yeah, push the button. Got it? Is it red? A little bit.
Yes. So, like we said last time, we hired the chef. Where our next meeting is September 15th at 8:30. Anything else? I'm sorry.
That's a good
So you didn't
start.
get my email?
No.
The chef's gone.
Oh, the chef's going.
The chef's been
Well,
hired
that's-
and he's been let go.
Oh, wow, that's, yeah. Okay, well, another update.
He's not missing.
Yeah.
It's just.
You know, oh, news, yeah.
I'm gonna put that in.
Yeah, you know, that's not.
So, yeah, and then we have our next meeting, September 15th.
Well, Susan will brief us on some of the other stuff that's happened since our last meeting.
Yes.
So, as we go on. Okay, yes, she'll have a report with her time to find that.
Okay.
Okay? Oh, she had a question? No. Oh, okay. So make sure. Okay, Mike, would you like to come and give your report?
Absolutely. Okay, the store basement repairs in the south central parking lot of Town Hall have been completed, and the parking lot is ready for milling and resurfacing.
No. It's very,
Oh, bouncing?
yeah, bouncy.
Am I too close?
So I don't know where it's coming from. Is it from the computer or is it?
Well, you got 2 mics on. I think John's mic.
Okay.
Is that on?
Yeah, pull it out.
It is not.
Okay,
So
all
much
right, Rob.
confused.
Okay.
We've also repaired 2 storm sewer basins at the community center. The week of July 6th, we completed a large drainage project on Pine Lake Circle for the village of Kildare. The project included installing two 15-inch by 10-foot driveway culverts with four 18-inch concrete flared end sections. We also excavated 120 foot of right-of-way ditch line to ensure proper water flow. After the installation of the drainage pipes, we put down topsoil, seed, and erosion matting to complete the project. The final EOPC, which is the engineer's opinion of probable cost from Gaywell Hamilton for the 2021 road maintenance program, has been reviewed and has come in approximately $5,000 over budget, not including engineering costs. After speaking with Dan Strand from Gaywell Hamilton, he suggested to wait until after the bids come in to see where we are at with the final numbers before we start cutting roads out of the project. The highway department will be completing the final landscaping work, saving us approximately $6,000. And then I have one typo that was in there under income from the villages. That first line says total income for May. That should be July.
What is a date for bids been set yet to come in? For
I talked to Dan today. He said the bid package, the opening bid should be out September 2nd with construction starting in October.
And when is the opening?
September 2nd, he's hoping.
You know, you have to let me know that.
We are waiting for the village of Kildare because they're using MFT funds. So they're going through IDOT to get all their approvals. And then as soon as we get the final date, we'll let you know.
So when you say bid opening, that's when it goes out.
That's when it goes out for bids.
So that's not the opening. That's just the bid opening, but not the collection of the bids.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I was gonna say, is they gonna give enough time to get it all done with this year?
It should be, yes.
Okay, because they know that they've got October and a week or two in November.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, because then they start closing down the asphalt. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was curious.
That's all I have.
Okay, any questions? Anybody, Mike?
Just let me know when the opening is, because I have to open them.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
We'll go to lunch.
Sarah, would you like to give your report?
All right, let's see if this is loud. Okay. All of my numbers, the data collection for Community Family Services began August 19th. And so far,
How about July?
oh, that is a typo. Yep, that is a typo.
I figured. Yeah, August 19th.
Yep.
You're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I'm ahead of schedule. Has been July 19th. And so far we have 23 open cases, including 13 new referrals and 3 case management EA and SNAP requests. The lending closet helped out 22 individuals with medical supplies. So far, we average around 12 calls a day for referrals, lending closets, consultations.
Where did the new referrals come from? Is there a certain area that?
A majority of them have been self-referrals. That is one thing down in my goal area that I am working on creating more metrics, tracking metrics. So where the referrals come from will be one of them. But I took a majority of the referrals and they're self-referrals.
That might be a new category then.
Self-referrals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to keep track. And again, I applaud you for doing the new matrix because as we go forward to plan our resources and stuff, we need to know where to staff and how things go forward.
I agree. Thank you. So when we do consultations, that includes like clinician recommendations, referrals, resources, and just support. Some people just call us and need like a quick, someone to talk to for a little bit. Those receiving individual counseling are being treated for different behavioral issues, mood dysregulations, impulse control issues, symptoms of anxiety and depression, caregiver overwhelm, chronic disease management, and homelessness. The clinicians have made multiple house calls to elderly clients who are unable to leave either medical or COVID concerns. So we have gone to some homes. And Charity Knit continues to thrive with their new hybrid model. So they are coming in here twice a month, Mondays, and then they're on Zoom twice a month, Mondays. In terms of personnel, we are currently interviewing for 2 part-time administrative coordinators. 5 interviews have been conducted. We're moving forward with 3. That actually did happen already, the interviews. I reached out to 1 and offered the position. So we'll see if that follows through. So TBD. We have reopened the part-time clinician position. And we're awaiting some applicants. In terms of community events, I did attend a meeting that the supervisor set up for me, Supervisor Blatt set up, and she went with me with the police department. I do plan on meeting the other surrounding, that was at Lake Zurich. I do plan on going and meeting with the other ones for Killdeer and, the other surrounding areas. I did attend the Unplugged Fest and the Deer Parks Night Out, and I saw Trustee Will Hoyt there. So my goals for, coming up is to implement some new documentation requirements, which I kind of have just kind of some intakes so we can get that information, along with securing up some of the filing that's there, making sure it's HIPAA compliant, and creating some additional tracking metrics. I am working on, I did have someone reach out from the community that has a Facebook group that would like, a survey that I can send to them with all of our services so we can get their needs. So I'm going to work on a needs assessment so I can send out to the community so we can find some appropriate group topics. Yeah.
With the exception of employees, the rest of the resources that you have, computers, and are you good, or is there a list of things that I need to go forward?
There's some things I could use. Yeah. So our committee meeting is the 18th, and I do plan on bringing some of that stuff up.
Susan, the former director had brand pretty much brand computer like in the last year, so that's current. With the
I'm just thinking, you said
I know,
software and other things that
yeah, well,
she might need to.
Yeah.
$1.95, spend it.
$1.95. I can maybe stretch that a little for a day. So yeah, but yes, there are some things that I would like to utilize.
so we'll talk about that more than next week. Because I know that was on the agenda, so. Any questions? Just to clarify the charity thing, because they were meeting at the community center, because there's no evening staff right now, because there's no evening programming. I met with them, well, Susan met with them, and actually Sarah was there too.
So you say to them.
Met with the charity knitters
Okay.
at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to see what we can make work out. So currently they're meeting here like every other Monday from 6 to 7:30. So Arnie's here when they leave and Lex at behind, and then he goes to the community center to finish his work there. And then the other Mondays they're Zooming. The only time it's changing is they're like going to be here 3 Mondays in August because of Labor Day, and that's a Monday, so then they won't have anything. So they're only here 1 Monday in September. And the idea is to keep this going until we're back to evening hours at the community center. And then I don't know if they'll go to Wednesdays again or not. I'm not sure, but right now.
Do you ever ask them, are they all workers? Nobody's home like in the afternoon?
Some are home, some are workers. So they don't take evening. Yes, sir.
How is that?
Pardon?
Yeah, how is it? I just wonder.
Our former social work director was involved with charity years. I think she started a group, and it's they make products that we donate. Like for instance, at the Lake County Courthouse, there's a children's spot where the parents go to court and the kids are in a room, so they make blankets and they donate those to their kids there, and then they have those to comfort them. We have a safe place for women and children that are abused. So some of the ladies make Christmas stockings and they stuff them and then they bring them up to the safe place. So, and then there's another organization where, I don't know the name, I'm sorry, where there's, let's say newborn children. And so they make up a baby basket with bibs and little babies and stuff. So It's all donated.
No, I get it. The question I have, and I'm just going to take out as advocate, whatever you decide. So how is it to come from like Friendly's Connection, why can't we, there, when you do the same thing for the organizations in this county as well? And we're a nonprofit. So I just want to make sure that it's not just charity knitters and you don't fall into other charities wanting to do it because they provide services for places in the county as well.
Well, I just, any organization that's ever come to Ela Township that required or was looking for a facility or assistance or whatever, we've always facilitated that, and I don't remember ever hearing.
No, I'm not saying that we're, but if we need a meeting space.
Yeah, people can wait, and we have facilities and the paperwork that they have those people come and submit.
Okay, so this is open.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Charities to.
then that needs their needs and ours.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Within limitations.
Absolutely, absolutely. I didn't know, like, you know.
Yeah, we want to start a full-time staff on opening the shelter.
Right, yeah.
We also do blankets for the veterans. It's fantastic. I would never bring my
But
needle.
we're open to.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering.
Committees or
Yeah.
organizations that.
As long as it's not a profit. I mean, I had somebody that runs in 40 sewing machines there. To make
Oh, yeah,
stuff for staff.
that's a nonprofit too.
Now, this was selling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, different group.
Okay.
But it's not, you know, we have the facilities to review it and so.
Okay, I was just wondering, you know, that's all.
So just so we're clear, so any nonprofit that comes to Ela Township and wants to meet, we accommodate them.
No,
No,
I'm not gonna say we'll review, we'll look at it. It depends on the timing and what it is. Like, for instance, it can't be Thursday
Our
night.
resources might not, you know, facilitate the needs.
So do we have detail about who decides yes or no? Okay, we decide. Okay.
There is an application. We're cutting off Sarah.
I'm actually
She was
finished.
done.
Does anybody have any questions?
I was the one that elaborated on that.
Yeah, she was done and then she had questions, she
Okay.
addressed, I have questions.
Are you doing all right? Are you lonely down
I am a little lonely, but it's okay. I'm
there?
gonna hire some
I
people.
would down see you.
Yeah,
Well,
come down. We did finish painting the offices. They
I showed
look,
it to
yeah,
you,
they
yeah.
look great. And then I have been talking about getting some signs and getting some help on what the signs should look
I
like.
was
So,
mostly proud of that wall being cleaned up. We brought me in there and showed me stuff.
Yeah.
The whole.
it just looks so much more open.
Yeah.
without
the
those.
and everything's done. At first I didn't know what he was talking about. Yeah, and there's my office, 31 years, I'm getting paid as much. Okay? Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Susan. Can you follow that?
I sort of tough one. Come up with something purple. Okay, so a few things have changed since our community center meeting.
Yes.
We did have a chef. We no longer have a chef. We are looking for a chef. And in the interim,
There she is.
there she is. So, yeah, we just didn't work out and it was probably more than he was up to the task for. So now we are on the prowl. But there's just so much happening. We have, tomorrow is the last day of camp. And so Monday will be Tuesday will be the first day of homework club, the kindergarten through fifth grade. After school care, we are not going to be running teen club for this semester with the late notice of when the district was able to provide buses. We just really did not have enough time to publicize it enough to really get the enrollment that we would need that would be fiscally responsible for us to run it. So we have put it on hold until second semester. And already the district responded, like, let us know, we're here to help you, which is like knowing that ahead of time. Of course, we all know that everything and anything can change next week, not much less in, a few months. So we're just planning for that and moving forward. As of about an hour and a half ago, I found out from the district that we have 2 buses for homework club in a van, but logistically right now, because we are so short-staffed, and Supervisor Palmblad has been gracious enough to even offer her help in transporting these kids from the schools. We have one bus that's full, that's that Isaac Fox, and then the Spencer Loomis bus, we have 4 spots open. And then May Whitney is the van, and we have like 4 spots open there. The May Whitney just got back to me that they will actually hold those students there until the bus from Spencer Loomis comes by and picks them up, which is great because that eliminates having to use the van and taking a staff person away. So that's my big relief for the day.
So don't come on that bus.
Yes, so we still have 2 spots left. It can either go to Spencer Loomis or May Whitney, whichever comes first. I will say I anticipate those being filled quickly because as recently as today, we had one of the campers' moms that has always participated in Homework Club, and we said, hey, you know what? We noticed you haven't signed them up. And she's like, well, we have like something. Tuesday's the first day of school. So, and she just like her face. Yeah. And honestly, I think there are so many people that are in that same boat that just don't realize that Tuesday is the first day of school. It is early. It is early. And I think that so many people have been lulled into this whole, perpetual summer kind of thing because of COVID, that all of a sudden it's like, holy buckets, we start school next week. So it's, buckle up. It's going to be an interesting week. Staffing wise, we are still looking for some youth staff and a chef. We'll start with that. Once we get those, then we'll all just breathe a little sigh of relief. Other than that, things are going well. As Lori pointed out, we did the Unplugged Fest, which I think was awesome. It just, for its first year, incredibly organized. So, oh my gosh. And I think it had pretty good participation. We had a prime spot, so gotta like that.
Pays to sign up late.
Yeah, I think so. We were number 2.
Oh.
Next to the police department. So.
I wonder if that was a reason.
I don't know. Yeah. And then just electricity out for others. I was in contact with the fire department yesterday. We were a cooling center if needed. So after hours, they had my cell number, and the chief said he would just call me if he needed me to come open up. Thankfully, he did not. Just getting ready for the next few weeks. Tomorrow night is our annual fish boil, which we get to have again. So we're really happy about that. We'll have 70 people outside. Yes, ma'am.
Do you do any sort of backpack because we haven't used the backpack because we're going to have extra supplies?
Oh. So the kids that I know of that would be in need of those have already pursued that because we actually were just rounding all those kids up today. But if I can keep absolutely. I was just going to say, because typically then second semester seems to be when, things start to look a little ragged, especially with those boys. They have a tendency to just like throw their backpacks and things like, sorry, no offense, but that seems to be a great time to replenish some of their supplies. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, sir.
How are we going about looking for a new chef? What's the listing?
Indeed. We did try, ZipRecruiter with the last one. They're overpriced and under delivering. So I'm sticking with Indeed and actually through some local entities like Long Grove, just in the restaurant circles.
It's probably one of the most sought after jobs right now from all the restaurants that they can't get anybody. It's just,
Restaurants are doing an employment for 20 people.
Well. I'm not cooking for it. Absolutely. Yes, please.
I know the Chamber's having one again too at the Y, but I know you didn't have success there last time.
We
so.
did not have any success there.
That's in September, just in case.
Yeah.
I have the date, so I can let you know just in case.
Okay. And as far as COVID protocol, obviously we're fully masked all the time. And Jim and I have a meeting on the senior end tomorrow. It'll be virtual for all the townships across the state to see where everyone is at. I've been meeting every other week with local senior centers from Chicago up, and everyone's masked, which we saw happening. I think they even mentioned it. So we've had some pushback at the center, but I will be honest, from my end of things, it makes it really nice that there is a mandate because it takes away the argument. And it's, if you're in this government building, you have a mask on. That's black and white. So really well. Thank you. Yeah, donuts with the director this morning and pretty good turnout. I'm not sure if it was for me or the donuts, but don't really care. Good questions and good feedback. You know, people are, again, really happy. And I will say 99% of the people will say whatever we need to do to just make sure we can still keep coming to the center, they're willing to do. So that's great.
And to add to this, Eagle 55 fantasy football starts on the 19th of August.
In case you're interested.
Yeah, it's all filled up, so forget
Jim Dahlbeck.
it. I think we're both.
Who, oh my gosh. Yeah. Who is without today? He is still without power. So
So is
since
Biltmore.
Tuesday night. So.
So it's Biltmore on next door. It might be on tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on. Oh, no, I just leave Will. Sorry. Oh, let me still John too. I think is John still on one. John, are you there? Do you have any?
Yeah, I'm here.
I see, I think a little.
Yep. No problem. All right. So just like last month, the assessments have been published. And so our deadline for anyone that wants to file an appeal is going to be August 23rd. Again, if you go to the imslake.org, you can get all the detailed instructions on how to appeal, how to find comps, but all that information is there. We didn't increase the assessments across the board, so the only changes this year were actual factual changes that needed to occur. And then I also want to mention that on August the 16th at 5 p.m., we're going to be doing an assessment event with Treasurer Holly Kim and I, and our Catherine Sabara, our county board rep, and then Senator Dan McConkey, just going over the blue sheet, the assessment, answering any questions anyone may have at that time. It's going to be via Zoom, and that sign up is on our Facebook page, and it's also on Holly Kim's Lake County Treasurer. It's on her site as well. But if anyone wants to sign up and they can't find the sign up, they can give us a call in the office, 847-438-8370, and we can get them situated with that. But other than that, it's been pretty slow in regards to what we typically see as far as appeals go. And again, with the market coming up and the assessment staying the same as last year, this was somewhat expected, but we were kind of a little shocked in the beginning on how slow it started, because normally like the day we can tell right when they hit the mailboxes, the phones just start ringing off the hooks right away. But that didn't happen this year. I think people are kind of crawling under rocks and hoping we made a mistake and we don't come fix it. But otherwise, that'll be good budget wise. Won't have as much overtime this year. So we're excited about that. Other than that, does anyone have any questions for me?
Did you advertise that session with Holly Kim on our e-blast?
I sent it to Jessica. I know it made it on the Facebook. I don't know if it made it in the e-blast.
Okay. All right. I know I saw it somewhere. I just can't remember where.
Just email this information.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thanks, John. Thanks, John. Sorry, Will. But I saw John and it just hit me that he's not here, but he's there. Keep listening.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Supervisor. So
starting with the township's recent policy update on the coronavirus prevention efforts. Due to recent guidance received from the CDC, state, Lake County in the month of July, the township has decided to revise its coronavirus policy for all township buildings. Now we're going to require that all staff and visitors wear a mask, in all public spaces, in addition to social distancing. And then also staff will return to do enhanced cleaning protocol, which will be basically wiping down like all high touch surface areas, just to kind of reduce the spread. Otherwise, following approval of the intergovernmental agreements for the highway department equipment sharing that happened in July, staff distributed agreements to township and municipal partners to continue the cost-effective and mutually beneficial agreement or arrangement to share equipment between other local government agencies. All of these agreements will likely be confirmed in September. Then moving on to 2021 parking lot improvements bid. Per the bid results that we received, that we selected Chicagoland Paving as the recommended low-cost responsible bidder. Staff has directed Gaywall Hamilton, the township's engineering firm, to issue the notice to proceed letter. The township has received signed contracts from the contractor, and there is a pre-construction meeting that is scheduled for next Tuesday to meet with the contractor to discuss the project and kick it off. Work is anticipated to begin shortly afterwards for the 3 township sites, which will include Knox Park Community Center and then also the Lakesburg Cemetery. Otherwise, lastly, contract approval has been given to renew the green electric aggregation program. Agreement with the township's green energy vendor MC Squared for another year, while we will remain in compliance with EPA's minimum requirements to remain designated as a green energy partner. So the new agreement will officially take effect in October of 2021, and that will go onwards to October of 2022. Any questions that I can answer at this time?
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we move forward then with the agenda. Item 10, Fox Valley Audio Video. Can I have a motion to approve the purchase of 5 concession stand cameras and equipment in the amount not to exceed $3,325 plus 10% contingency?
Motion.
Any questions? Okay, Lucy, will you call the roll, please?
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
for detail.
Yes.
Tom Blaine,
Yes.
and
Okay, next, Fox Valley Audio Video again, consideration. Can I have a motion to approve the purchase of 4 cameras and DVR storage for Town Hall in an amount not to exceed $2,635 plus a 10% contingency?
Motion. Second.
Any questions on that? Okay, Lucy, you call the roll.
Wilbur. Bowman,
Yes.
for detail.
Yes.
Supervisor Conrad.
Yes. Next. Item 12, we have a proposal for engineering services of roadway pavement assessment. I'd like to have a motion to approve the proposal from Gaywalt Hamilton to provide engineering services for Ela Township's roadway pavement assessment in an amount not to exceed $15,600 plus 10% contingency.
Second.
Trustee Wilbur. Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
for detail.
Yes.
Supervisor Conrad.
Yes. Okay, another one for Gaywalt Hamilton. Can I have a motion to approve the proposal from Gaywalt Hamilton to approve engineering services year 19 MS4 compliance in an amount not to exceed $6,040 plus 10% contingency.
Motion.
Second.
We do this every year, for those of you who.
Okay, everything, which one is this?
This one's 14, this one's 13, I'm sorry, we do this every year, and we check the stormwater to make sure that something's not flying and flowing through there that doesn't belong in there. Yeah,
Everything's up to environmental things.
yeah. All right, so I'm sorry, we have a motion,
Uh-huh, is that-
okay, then can you call the
Trustee
roll?
Ballman?
Yes.
Trustee Ufordike?
Yes.
Supervisor Conrad?
Yes.
And trustee Ray?
Okay, and then next is number 14, the highway department, I'd like to have a motion to approve the purchase of one 2023 international dump truck per specifications from Vanel Industries in an amount not to exceed $190,558. And this will replace our 2006 international. It was in the budget and approved.
And we're moving the equipment from old trucks to new, and it's the snow. So there's no updates in that. It's just moving it.
And is the 2006 international, will that go like on a market to sell? Or are we keeping that for backup for something or?
It hasn't been decided.
Okay.
It's still in decent shape. We might keep it as a backup.
I know we don't have a lot of room to store it, so that's why I'm asking.
So in the end, it might go up for
Auction.
sale. Auction.
And this is all discussed before we can.
Yeah, this was something that's been on the budget, in the budget, we knew they need to get at least one new truck. There's actually another one that's just, I think a year new. Oh, that's the bucket truck. That's for next year, I think, right? We're talking for next year. So yeah, we have a list of equipment that's getting
I know
aged.
next year, I need to get another one.
We have a budget meeting coming up. We'll go through all this requests.
We did, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, first of all, this the first truck was actually built for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's finally come up into rotation and just based on the plan. Yep.
And it goes through I'm not sure what the terminology is, it goes through like a state thing. So they get the best pricing and then they give this us. We don't have to go out and get multiple bids. But just so you understand, just.
And the desk costs more than 1 and 206.
Oh, I bet it does.
A little bit, a little bit.
Okay, so do we have any motions?
Yeah.
Okay, we need a motion. Okay, I didn't hear anybody, so. Okay, any questions then? We're good? Okay, yes, it's number 14.
Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Brummer? Ufordike?
Yes.
And Supervisor Conrad?
Yes.
Next, Joe's not on, right?
No.
Joe?
No. Okay, next is number 15, the 2021 Knox Playground Equipment Installation Project. We went out to bid, as everybody knows, we collected a couple bids, are all here, listed under number 15 in the spreadsheet for you. So I need a motion to approve the purchase and installation of replacement playground equipment at Knox Park from, the agenda says Clay, Illinois LLC. What happens is, they're actually
They're representing
they're representing, and the actual, it's BCI Burke Company is actually who would be supplying the equipment. So in an amount not to exceed $99,256 plus a 5% contingency. So there is a drawing on the table. We have 2 copies here. If you have any questions, yeah, there's a couple different,
We had to
we're sharing them.
move it around a little bit because of the trees.
Right.
So we're saving some trees that are out there.
just to give you an idea of what we're looking at, the first one is the concept that we went out to bid for, in terms of what we're looking for from new toys. The second sheet is using alternative equipment from BCI Burke Company. And then the third sheet that's in there is alternative equipment from Miles. All the other bids that came in, we're going off of the concept that you see on page 1, which is using new toys.
And two of them were eliminated because they did not have all the documents for the bid, correct? And that was Strander Mine's not in color.
And Team Rock.
and Team Rock.
So those were variety of reasons.
Right.
So-
One was not the proper documentation. the other was-
Right. So just so you know where we're at on that.
So, one of this didn't go up, so we submitted a bid asking.
You know what, we probably should come up here so that it's being recorded, we can, everybody can hear it, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, one of the considerations in terms of the, playground equipment, for UCI Burke, they submitted alternative equipment that is comparable. We did a reference check to make sure that the references matched, checked out. Everything came back very positive, including they worked with, some of our surrounding municipalities, including the Village of Lake Zurich. So otherwise, the next most possible bidder, which we also did a reference check for, was Hacienda Landscaping, and they are going off of the spec that you see on page 1, which is the new toys products that we originally, put out there. Any questions regarding either of those?
I'm sure since like the coming right at budget, low budget.
So this, there are funds within the budget. We initially budgeted 70,000, but there are funds that we have available to use for this, just based on additional income that we received for the green aggregation program. So there was an additional $20,000 that came in through that, in addition to other funds that we can
You're
utilize.
very optimistic about the grant.
Correct. Right, so that might bring in, right. So, any other questions?
One more
Sure.
question, sorry.
Yeah.
No, nothing, sorry.
So, let's say there's always something
So based on the pricing that's involved, so this one is,
100,000. So a big chunk of money.
No, just was wondering.
Yeah.
yeah, so just based, so it should be all inclusive of all the equipment. If there is some additional landscaping that needs to occur, if there is, just some sort of variable additional cost involved, it's just a little cushion to make sure that there's enough. But 10% would probably be over and above what's necessary for this scale and size and scope of project.
There's multiple factors. The price. Is it labor intensive project?
Yep.
Is it material intensive project? And then, so that's how it's more labor express contingency.
We don't need a building permit, we need to tell us, do
We'll need to likely get a permit to have
We're
the,
gonna make sure that that Lake Zurich is,
correct.
we're gonna get married out there.
Oh, no. Should be good.
We're not cutting any trees down.
We're not cutting any trees
No,
down.
that's why the one drawing, they implemented the trees around it so we can move it, so we don't have to take the trees out.
I'll tell you girls in later on, please.
That's a,
That's another day. Okay, so
I have a motion, I need a second.
who motion?
Trustee Bowman.
Oh, okay. Anybody? All right, go ahead, question.
Okay, 70,000 budget, we could spend up to 104,000 in cash. We don't get to spend. There's 20,000 from the aggregate, so your money, we could still show like $13,000. This is $13,000.
well, within the park maintenance programs, there, one where we're spending money every year on repairing this equipment and painting and new brackets, and a lot of it's labor intensive because it's. So those monies have been not spent in previous budgets that we had for maintenance and instead of replacing the equipment down next to the historical center, we took some of it just went out and didn't replace it then. So those monies are still available, but that were budgeted we would never use. So there's a variety of.
It's not like we're going to complete.
No, we're not
and programs and parts.
No,
These monies are there, we just haven't done it for years.
there's the money in the capital improvement fund that we haven't spent from last year or the year before.
But there was $30,000 in it.
It is a lot of money, and it's not something I take lightly.
No, and that's all, I just, I'm sure.
Because I went over the same thing when we say, okay, now we went from 70,000, how we take the rest, and we know we have the green aggregate, and then this year alone, we took in what, 20 or 25,000?
20,000.
20,000, and we're gonna start collecting more from October again, so that
Mhm.
money's still coming in every month, which we can use for the good of the whole township. We also have, some other money, that's sitting in the CD right now that I've been renewing to use for this project as well. It was,
I think that was around 35,000.
like 35,000. It's on our financial statement. And it has not been spent.
But to answer your question.
But we do have money.
We're not going, we're not taking a loan out.
No, absolutely not. The park maintenance,
Yeah.
No, that's a good question.
because the park funds need to come out of the park fund, so. Okay, no, I just want you to.
No, yeah, clarification.
Oh, that's fine.
I will say, it was the shell.
You're looking at her.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
That's all.
This is a county that took it on the road for.
I'm sure it's a liability, but
Yeah, no, that's great, I just want to make sure that.
Using wood chips from
The new
trees
trees.
we cut down, ground up and put in there, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lucy, will you call the roll?
no, I need a second.
Okay, so I'm.
Okay. I'll take that. Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Conrad,
Yes.
Trustee Willard, and who
Yes.
Okay, well, I just start calling for the birthday girl, so.
Okay, I need a motion to adjourn to executive session.
Motion.
Second.
When I have one.
We cannot answer that question.
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Supervisor Conrad,
Yes.
Trustee Wilford,
Yeah.
okay, Trustee Will, and the time.
7:58. Okay. Now we can go. We have a motion.
Motion to
Resume.
executive session.
Yeah.
Resume normal meeting.
At 8:47, yes. Got it. This time. Okay, good.
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Wilhelm, Trustee Wilford,
Yes.
Supervisor Conrad.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now we're back in open session. I'd like to have a motion to, from the board to do as directed in executive session.
Motion.
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Wilhelm, Trustee Wilford, okay, sorry. Yes, it's late. I mean, one, I'm Supervisor Conrad.
Yes.
I need a motion to adjourn, guys.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Trustee
Happy
Bowman,
birthday.
Trustee Bowman, Wilford,
Yes.
Trustee Wilhelm, and Supervisor Conrad.
Yes.
At
8:48.
We just, okay.